There's something about the Georgie and Mandy's first marriage season 1 finale that feels oddly familiar. Not in a repetitive way, well, maybe a little, but in a deeply nostalgic, almost déjà vu-inducing way. Watching it is like flipping through a family album, only to realize half the photos are sepia-toned snapshots of people we've met before, but much older or younger. It's in these moments that you realize, we're not just watching Georgie and Mandy build a life, we're being gently reminded that the scaffolding of this world was constructed long before we ever tuned in. This season finale, aptly titled, For Better, For Worse, does what many finales aim for but few actually pull off. It offers a culmination that feels both earned and open-ended, blending heart and humor with just the right amount of unresolved tension to keep us coming back. And yet, as the final scene fades out and the credits roll, it's hard not to feel the ghost of the Big Bang Theory looming in the background, whispering, "Haven't we been here before?" Let's unpack that. The wedding that wasn't just about the wedding. At the center of the finale is Georgie and Mandy's wedding, a small, slightly chaotic Texas affair that manages to be as unconventional as the couple themselves. There's no polished Hollywood glamour here. The bouquet is made of duct tape roses courtesy of Mima. The officiant is a last-minute replacement youth pastor with stage fright, and Mandy's dress is borrowed and slightly singed from a toaster fire. It's quirky, imperfect, and surprisingly touching, a reflection of a relationship that has never fit inside neat boxes. But the emotional crux of the episode isn't the ceremony, it's the conversation before the ceremony, the one where Georgie finally confronts what it means to be a husband, a father, and, for once, not the family screw-up. This is a big moment for a character we first knew as Sheldon's not-so-bright older brother, a guy defined by shallow ambition and deeper insecurities. And this is where the "I've seen this story before" feeling really begins to seep in. Echoes of the past. The Big Bang Theory taught us that people can grow in unexpected directions. Leonard, the neurotic everyman, found confidence. Sheldon, the emotionally stunted genius, found love. Howard, the creep, became a devoted husband and father. The emotional arcs were often subtle, but they were there, braided into the punchlines and nerdy references. Now, in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, we're seeing that same structure unfold. Georgie, once the comic relief in young Sheldon, is getting the Howard treatment. He's being fleshed out, grounded, softened. Mandy, too, mirrors characters like Bernadette, sarcastic, sharp, no-nonsense women who are constantly underestimated but quietly carry the emotional weight of the story. It's familiar, sure, but it works. More than a spin-off. When the series was first announced, many wondered if it would be another thin attempt to stretch the Big Bang universe further. But to its credit, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has carved out a tonal space of its own, equal parts family drama and southern slice-of-life sitcom, with a healthy dose of parenting panic thrown in. This finale leans into that balance. There's comedy, George Sr. giving a toast that turns into a rant about the price of gas, Missy starting a conga line in cowboy boots, Sheldon appearing via awkward Zoom call from Germany, but it's never far from the undercurrent of seriousness. The characters are older now, heavier with responsibility. The jokes land, but they don't float. They sink in, weighted by everything we already know will come. And that's the bittersweet thing about prequels and intercals. We already know the ending. The curse and blessing of continuity. What makes the finale so poignant is precisely what also limits it, canon. We know how this story ends, or at least where it's going. Georgie won't stay married to Mandy. Their daughter, Cece, will grow up in a blended family. Georgie will become a tire shop mogul, but he'll still carry that chip on his shoulder when he appears in the Big Bang Theory's later seasons. So every triumph in this show is colored by a kind of narrative melancholy. When Georgie and Mandy exchange vows in their own offbeat, heartfelt way, we smile, but we also flinch a little, because we know what's coming. And yet, knowing doesn't ruin it. In fact, it deepens it. That's the magic trick the show pulls off in its finale. It takes what we know, the inevitability of fractured marriages, of missed opportunities, of adult regrets, and gives it a new dimension. We're watching not to be surprised, but to be reminded, these are people, not punchlines. Their stories matter, even when we know the outcome. Final scene, first glimpse. The closing scene of the finale is quiet. Mandy, in a hoodie and slippers, feeding Cece in the half-lit kitchen. Georgie walks in, disheveled, holding a baby monitor in one hand and a can of Dr. Pepper in the other. They don't speak for a while. There's no sweeping music, no sitcom flourish. Just the hum of a fridge, a soft sigh, a shared glance. "I guess we're really doing this," Georgie says. Mandy nods. "Looks like it. It's not a grand moment, but it feels grand, because of everything it implies. Commitment. Vulnerability. A truce, temporary or not. And for fans who've followed this universe from Pasadena to Medford, it's a perfect encapsulation of what makes these shows endure. Not the science jokes or pop culture quips, but the deeply human, often messy journey of becoming who we are." The verdict. The Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 1 finale doesn't break new ground. It doesn't need to. What it does, quietly, effectively, is find the heart within the familiar. It reminds us that every story, even one we've technically seen before, can still surprise us, not with what happens, but with how we feel when it does. If this is the foundation for Season 2, then we're in for something honest, messy, and maybe even a little profound. Just don't expect fireworks. Expect flickering porch lights, creaky floors, late-night arguments, and moments of real connection. Because in this corner of the Big Bang Theory universe, that's where the real story lives. Let me know if you'd like a shorter version or one with a more comedic or serious tone.